scriptures also has three parts. So the first is Shravanam, which is hearing or reading. and that is akin to eating, so picking up and putting in the mouth. The next step is mananam, or contemplation or meditation on what we read. That is akin to chewing it and then digesting it. And the third, which is to be said the most important, is nididhyasana, which is putting that knowledge, what we have contemplated on, into practice. So Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. So similar to how eating, it keeps the body disease free. Similarly, reading of scriptures, it keeps the mind free of diseases. So the main diseases of mind, and by reading of scriptures, it keeps us disease free and healthy mentally. And but it's not it's not only like eating, it's also like water. So how, if you can imagine a straw basket which has many holes, but it's muddy from the inside. So if somebody asks you to bring water in it, so that won't store any water. But just by the practice of bringing water again and again, by filling it again and again with water, that mud will get cleansed, slowly but surely. So similarly, many times we don't understand, we can't retain what we read. तो हो सकता है tomorrow we don't remember what we read today. But just by daily reading and reading this Bhagavad Gita, our mind will get cleansed. And slowly we will become very, very peaceful in our hearts. So actually for spiritual journey, we need to have a soft heart and a strong mind. But right now in Kali Yuga, we have a weak mind and a very hard heart. So by reading of scriptures, we can make our heart softer and we can make our mind stronger by spiritual intelligence. And yes, so before we begin, we can start with, these are some glories of Bhagavad Gita. So you can all try to follow the 3 steps, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Today we'll do Shravanam. So in your own free time tomorrow, you can try to remember. After this, you can remember what you read, what you liked, which verse attracted you very much. And then try to bring something of it into your lives. Okay, so we can start with Mangalacharan. Asya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika. The name of this chapter is Sainya Nirikshan Yoga. So that's the translation, Sainya, observing the armies on the battlefield. Sainya Nirikshan Yoga. It also has an alternate title, one more title, which is called Arjun Vishad Yoga. So the first chapter is also known as Arjun Vishad Yoga. Vishad means depression or sorrow of Arjun, and it's also yoga. So it said, so it's a very important reason why this chapter is called Arjun Vishad Yoga, because spiritual teachers, they say that spiritual journey begins with a life quake. So when we have something in our lives where we are not sure, where we have some trouble or some kind of difficulty, then the spiritual path begins. So similarly in the life of Arjun, we see he also has a life quake or a trouble in his life where he's not able to decide should he fight, should he not fight. So we'll see that. But so this chapter signifies how in every practitioner's life we'll have some other time where we'll be in difficulty. And that time we will actually start questioning about what is our purpose, what should we do, and then our spiritual journey shall begin. So this, how we can organize is we have a second mic which is floating. So everybody can read 10 translations in English, and we can all read the Sanskrit together. Dharam Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavetaayutsava Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kema Kurvata Sanjaya.
After my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, Desiring to fight, what did they do?
Sanjaya Vacha Krishnabhajan Acharyam Upasamgamya Raja Vachanam Abravit.
Sanjaya said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhan went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Pandamadamo Mahasangham Bhima Karma Vrikodaya.
Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchjanya, Arjuna blew his, the Devdutt, and Bhim, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Ponderous.
When the son of Kunti, Arjun, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with the compassion and spoke thus.
Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
Here Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay that what did the sons of Pandu and my sons do having assembled on the holy place of Kurukshetra? So this question is commended to be very strange and very important, because imagine this. So if there is a group of people with cricket bats, ball, wickets, everything set up on a playing field with people standing on the both sides ready to ball and bat, and then a person asks, what are they going to do? So it is normal logical conclusion that they're going to play cricket. So the importance of this verse is that it signifies Dhritarashtra's thought process. So Dhritarashtra, he actually had 4 reasons he asked this question. So firstly, he was desirous that his son get the kingdom. So he wanted his sons to win. Secondly, he was doubtful about the possibility of his son's victory. Since they were assembled in the holy place of Kurukshetra, and he knows his sons are from the evil side, so he knows that they're doing wrong. They're cheating the Pandavas. But still, he wants to win, and he's also afraid that we are wrong, and on the holy place of Kurukshetra, something doesn't happen so that we lose because of this, the potency of the thumb. And he's also hopeful that under the holy influence, the Pandavas, they have a change of mind. So he knows that the Pandavas, they are very good people. So if we are in Kurukshetra and the holy thumb might have influence, and the Pandavas, they may just say, ki, it's okay, it's okay, you can take the kingdom, we'll go to the forest back. So he's very hopeful for that. So he has 3 doubts actually. So if you think from the position of Dhritarashtra, when Sanjay is telling about Arjun's condition, he would be very happy from inside, because the main key player of the war, the entire war depends on Arjun, because Arjun is the most strongest and the most skilled warrior from the Pandava side. So when he is now faltering in his ability to fight, so this is a very climactic situation, because you don't know what's going to happen now. So with that, we enter the second chapter, where our main character Arjun, he is in doubt, and he also said all arguments which are correct actually. So if you put yourself in the position of Arjun, you can see that you yourself would also think of the same arguments. So he's not wrong. So we'll see what Krishna says and what happens now.
Yashena Shanishtinam Bruhi I've lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Okay, so here is the turning point of Bhagavad Gita. Because before this, Krishna, he was a friend of Arjun. So Arjun hadn't surrendered onto Krishna as a disciple. But this verse, Arjun very clearly states that I am a disciple and please guide me. So we can recite this verse 2 more times. So we can recite this 3 times. Because it's a very important verse and it's something which we can also remember. Describe about the soul. So this is very important because the conception of soul is the beginning of spiritual journey. So the understanding that we are the soul and not the body is the first step in our spiritual journey. So ultimately we are supposed to realize this knowledge, so it has to come naturally in us. But initially we can at least understand it theoretically. So if we understand that we are not this body, we are the soul, then the entire Bhagavad Gita will make more sense. Because otherwise, this knowledge is not meant for the body, it's meant for the eternal spiritual soul. So that's why this, from 11th to the 30th, Krishna is going to speak continuously about the soul. So let's hear more.
Madhasparshasthu Kanteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agamapayido Nitya Stansmritishma Bharata.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O son of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Means logic. So Krishna will give in this entire chapter different logical arguments for why Arjun should fight. So here from 11 to 30th, Krishna has told about the soul, how the soul is imperishable. So even if you kill them, there is no death. So they won't die. It is a change of bodies. So from here, from 31st to 37th shlok, he's going to talk about sakam karma, which is how you should perform your duties, and that will bring you prosperity.
Swadharmamapi ca vikshya na vikampetumarhasi dhamyanti yudham shreyo nyatprashasyasiddhyate.
Considering your specific duty as a kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation.
Yadrinchyaha chopapanam swargadvaram aparpitram sukhina kshatriya partha labhante yudhamidham.
O Partha, happy are the kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets.
He's telling that both sides, even if you lose, you're going to gain something. Even if you win, you're going to gain something. But the loss is going to be if you don't fight. So with that logic, he explains to Arjun that you should fight. So there is, in the next few verses, until 53rd verse, Krishna is going to talk about how you should fight with detachment. So you should not consider ki if I win, if I don't win, what's going to be the result? If I fight, if I don't fight, what's going to be the result? You should fight because it is your duty. So from until 53rd verse, that is going to be the topic of Krishna's speech. A day. If you can't do that, then there's no other option for you. You are done for. So this 12th chapter, Krishna gives different levels of devotional service. So he explains, oh, you can't do that, it's okay, you can do this. You can't do that, you can do this. So we see here also in the 2nd chapter, Krishna, he didn't immediately go to the highest thing. He started with what is possible. So he started with, you can fight because both ways you will win. So here we'll also see Krishna giving options to Arjuna. So he will tell that if you can't do this, it's okay, you can do that. And so it's a very nice chapter, it's a very sweet chapter, and we'll also see about different qualities which Krishna likes in his devotees. So we can also try to cultivate these qualities. So we can read this chapter 12th, and yeah.
एवं सततयुक्ताये भक्तास्त्वं पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरम् अव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
To give this context of why Arjuna is asking this question, so before what has happened in 11th chapter, 10th chapter, Krishna tells about his opulences. So he tells that I am different things in this universe. So Arjuna has a desire to see all of that. So he hears it before, now he wants to see it. So in the 11th chapter, Krishna shows Arjuna his universal form. So here in the 12th chapter, then Arjuna is curious to know that who is higher, one who worships your personal form or one who worships the impersonal form. So Krishna will answer that. So he just wants to substantiate that he's in the right party. So he's not doing, he's in the good, he's the winning party. So by worshipping the personal form. So yes. Yeah.
ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देशं भक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र मम चिन्त्यं च उदस्तमचलं ध्रुवं सन्ध्यमेन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समभूतया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूताहिते रताः.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons, engaged in the welfare of all, at last achieve me.
सर्वभूतानां नेत्रं करुणैव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः समे प्रियः.
One who is not envious but is a kind of friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
Sannyasi to leave home to be a mendicant. So here Krishna, he gives his opinion on renunciation. So he says the renunciation, the mode of goodness, is that one performs a prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit. His renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. So Krishna in renunciation has never talked about leaving your duty, about not doing what you have to do. He always talks about following the duty. So this is his take on renunciation, not on giving up action, but on doing the action in the right spirit and the right mood.
यस्य नाहं कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते
One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions.
The action in how you can go from reaction-free action to realizing the Brahman of the Brahman stage of liberation. So this is what Krishna described in these verses, and from here he will tell something even higher. So how do you move from the Brahman realization to the realization of Krishna as a person, to the realization of Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, to the Bhakti Yoga. Prapanna Pashupad Vimokshanaaya Muktaya Bhuri Karunaya Namolayaya Swamshena Sarvatanubhin Manasi Pratita Pratik Tishe Bhagavate Brihate Namaste. So, in short, he just says that he's praying to Krishna, he's thankful to Krishna that even an animal like me, you have always, since time immemorial, been guiding me, been always showing me the right path, always been with me as a friend. And he's very thankful for that. And he, in this time of difficulty, he's remembering that you have always been with me. So Krishna, he is our eternal and true best friend. And this Bhagavad Gita, so the name Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song, Bhagavad means of supreme. So this is the song of Krishna to us. So it is he has given everything in the Bhagavad Gita. He has explained how do we, from wherever we are, how do we improve our lives so that at some point in life we go back to him, back to Krishna. So yes, so we just will end now with few last verses. And Hare Krishna. Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanodhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhute Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanodhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhute Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjun, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. To do any of it. Why should I engage in bad activities? So Krishna actually in 63rd verse, he says, after this entire Bhagavad Gita, he says to Arjun, Yat Ichhasi Tatha Kuru. So what kind of person he is that after speaking for so long, hum log pad ke thak gaye, but after speaking it for so long to Arjun the knowledge, he ends with Yat Ichhasi Tatha Kuru. Do what you wish. So Bhagwan jo hai, he is not a person who is going to force us to do anything. We have read the Bhagavad Gita, we may choose not to do anything with it, or we may choose to apply it, to think about it, to contemplate on it. But jo Bhagwan hai, he is always going to still be there, even if we choose not to do anything about it. He's still in our hearts. He's still always going to guide us. But if we choose to put some effort into it, then we'll become very dear to Krishna and we'll become very close to him. So he will never force us to do anything. It's our own free will and our own free choice to serve him, to act for him, and try to become his dear friend. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.